Hello and welcome to another video for Peasant Uprise. I've been focused on finishing the final level, and the trademark for this epic scene is the Swayne Hall. I'll share the ideas and thought process that led me to building this castle that is the final destination for this peasant revolt. Let's get on to it. Before jumping into the actual video, a quick reminder that Peasant Uprise is available in Steam, and if you like what you see, it would help me quite a bit if you add it to your wishlist. Now, from a level design standpoint, you're always trying to intrigue the player. This may be by surprising the player with unexpected events or by creating an atmosphere of anticipation. Things like music or visual effects can set the atmosphere, but there are other more subtle ways to create anticipation merely by the way you design the level. An idea I had was for the player to almost see the castle walls in all instances of the level. And a good way to achieve this is to create a level where the player circles the castle walls. As you walk through the city, you can see castle walls, but you cannot manage to see inside, and the player could wonder what will happen once you enter the castle gates. Combat along the way will set the stage, increasing the challenge all the way to the castle. This layout makes the level a bit longer, instead of just going in a straight line right into the castle. That's my intent, that there are some encounters to warm up, as well as some opportunities to use the market and prepare for your final encounter. Now that I know what the flow is going to be like, it is time to start storyboarding. This has really been very useful to me. It's just been easier to visualize everything and make corrections before actually starting shaping the terrain and painting textures and placing props. It has also helped to do multiple iterations of the storyboard as I'm building the level, each time focusing more and more on the details and making more accurate decisions on where combat will occur, where patrols should be placed, and identify opportunities for challenges and collectibles. Creating the 3D low-poly castle is not really that complicated, but it does take quite a bit of time due to the size of the building. What was important to me was to keep exporting the 3D model into the game to validate dimensions and shape. I did make the mistake of focusing on some areas that once exported into the game are not really visible. That's okay, I may have a final cutscene, but again, it's important to be effective with your time and make sure you focus on the things that add value to your game, and detailing something that the camera doesn't pick up, well, that's just not really practical. In any case, in terms of the castle itself, I did not want to have a pure square layout, even though that would have been the easiest way to go. Swayne is also not the capital, or even an important city in the kingdom, so I didn't want to show something majestic in the design. Instead, I went with something more practical and simple, yet intimidating enough to express the importance of this place in this small province. For the end of the game, I wanted a final area where the player can enter after defeating the final boss. There will be an NPC that will lead to the end of the game cutscene. For the castle courtyard, I wanted ample space to conduct the final battle of the game, where the player will face the Ashling Knight. This will probably be the battle with most units involved, so I didn't want props to get in the way. I also felt like instead of just one final battle, it would be a sequence of encounters required before you reach the night. It would be weird if you were just able to walk through the castle gates with ease after everything you've been through to reach to this point. At this stage, I have not done a full run of the level, so obviously I will adjust the opposition so it's challenging yet not impossible. The outskirts of the castle need to feel busy, but once again I'm expecting the rebellion to be a pretty high size at this time, and I don't want things impacting the mobility of the peasants. But main road aside, I do believe there needs to be plenty of housing and props to portray that this is an important town. The knight will obviously need to be a tough fight. Not only he starts at the highest level, but his troop will be highly reinforced. He comes with an AoE damage ability and is wielding a broadsword. And I just can't wait to give this guy a try and see how it goes. Well, this is how I built the Swayne Castle, and if you have any cool ideas for this level, feel free to share them in the comments. With that said, I'll see you in the next update.